I thought he dodged it.
He's at 14 seconds left.
Oh, he gets the wall splat. What? He dropped it. He dropped it. Oh my God.
Trying to spot the lows.
Oh, look at that walk.
Oh, that was crazy.
Oh, look at the damage.
One more mix-up, run away. Oh my
Oh,
God!
Junior!
Here, Rangju trying to close out last pixel.
Oh,
Oh
the
my
wall.
God! Straight to Rangju with the tiny pixel.
It's gonna do a ton of damage.
Oh, Kazambi! Oh!
The sidestep 3-3 avoided the low.
Yes, nice ops.
Oh my God! Look at Hedgehog almost got the round on the side.
Oh my God!
Did you see that?
The goal!
He's gonna touch.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready to watch some good-ass Tekken? Oh, yeah? Guys, welcome to Tekken World Tour Finals. Yes, the LCQ is about to begin. It took me a second now to get it. I cannot believe it has all led to this. Every road, every tournament, every highlight that you guys have seen has come from this amazing, amazing game. And the voices that you guys heard are all here in front of us. I got Rip. I got my boy Rick Steezy in the building. And the Deacon himself is blessing us here in Thailand, ladies and gentlemen. 2D Jazz, Majin Obama, ladies and dragons, I'm glad you guys are joining us. It's about to be crazy. The last chance qualifier is about to begin. We all have our favorite picks. I'm interested to know, what do you guys' thoughts going into the LCQ?
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Doesn't matter. Is it going to be Pakistan, Japan, Korea, USA? Ricky, you're in the LCQ.
Unfortunately, yes.
I like how you look around. You look so uncomfortable. Like, I guess that's me.
All right. Yeah.
Man, are you serious? How are we supposed to choose anyone? Like, we all decided to choose 2 players, right? And it was the hardest choice of our lives.
Just 2 is I mean, you look at these pools and you look at the path to top 32 to top 8. It feels like there's compared to last year, compared to the year before, the LCQs, you know, those were really intense moments, really, especially last year, right? Really exciting finish. Gerlanda finishes with huge momentum going into the next day. But, bro, there's something about this LCQ this year. It hits a little bit different. It's got a completely different gravity to it, especially after the year of Tekken that you've had, man. You cannot deny the energy in this room right now. It hits a little bit different this year.
I'm going to tell you right now, I was just talking to a lot of people out there now, out in the LCQ area, and I was telling them, I was like, Tekken, one of the oldest games on the tournament bracket at this point, but still has one of the highest ceilings, especially considering we're still getting new seasons of this game, and we're getting new players on top of it. We got a whole new country, Pakistan, added to the roster.
Whole new country.
A whole new country added to the Tekken roster where people need to pay attention to, and I feel like that's one of the most amazing things we have here when it comes to Tekken.
Yeah, Pakistan ended up being free DLC for a lot of the Tekken community. Like, we didn't even expect, like, oh, whoa, what?
I got
a new update?
I got to keep my $4 for that one. Yeah, we got a bunch of new characters for that.
Yeah. This is our first match coming up. There's going to be, you know, one of the favorites here at the LCQ, or one of the fan favorites that people want to see do well at the LCQ. Going to be UIU's John Ding going up against Weeb Maru from Thailand. I'm not familiar with Weeb Maru. Do you guys know him?
Yeah, Weeb Maru is a local from the Thai community here. He did commentary actually for the tournament earlier this year on Tekken World Tour. And that was another one. You know, with a lot of it felt like with a lot of the Asian Challenger events, right? Maybe they didn't have the 200-plus numbers or the 300-plus numbers, right? But density, competitive density, these were really dense events. And actually, you know, at that tournament earlier this year, that was one that Arson Ash won.
Yep.
Right?
No, definitely one of those things where everybody started to pay even more attention. Right? Everybody was already looking at the competition level here, but now it's went up even higher considering what's happened with Tekken this entire year. And I feel like this is the great way to end it off. But this is the first match.
Hold on a second. Did he
LCQ.
pick Julia?
I think so. This might still be a button check.
I hope it's a button check.
This is a button confirmation, excuse me. Button confirmations. And like gentlemen, like real competitive players, you're going and you're de-syncing the controllers. That's not real.
He's picking Julia.
That's not real. I don't believe that for a second.
No, it's got to be a bunch.
He is using Julia. Game
what
on.
The, what
John Ding brings out Julia LCQ. Surprise, surprise.
What?
Yo,
yes.
I mean, look, so far it seems like it's doing fine, but we model in trouble right now. It's back to the wall.
Okay, yes, you know, we were at the gym yesterday, Steve. We saw John Ding there. I asked him if he was going to use Chloe or Eddie. He said, Julia.
No,
I
he
didn't
didn't.
believe him.
Wait, you really said that?
He said that. I really did not think he was going to actually do it,
That's actually
but
crazy.
he's doing it.
But it don't look like it's working. We
No.
model.
Oh, goodness. He missed the counter confirm.
Oh, tried the sidewalk, not going to work. The down one to close out the first round. We model making this Julia pick not looking like the best one.
Nice duck there, but doesn't get a launch. Should have hop kicked.
Out the shredders.
Just jab strings in the mid-range right now. Weedmar doing a good job of establishing control.
Actually tried to swing right there. Oh, there we go. You saw Weed Model kind of scouting it a little bit, ducking early to try to set the pace, and it got him in trouble. Back to the wall now. And that's the thing about Julia. We talked about like the DLC. I feel like we didn't until like the later half of this year we started to see Julia really break out. We saw Rangchu start pulling out that Julia. People started taking notice. And I feel like now it's crazy that we talked about all these players all year picking different characters to try to, match up it, make it a matchup game. And now we have him playing Julia in the LCQ.
And the game's been consistent in that regard too, man. It's usually been characters get released, they take 6 or 7 months to really develop, and then you start to see their impact on the tour and on the meta like that. It's been consistently that way pretty much since Tekken 7 started.
I feel like every time a DLC character comes out, everyone underrates them or over. Yeah, and they're like, oh man, this character's not good enough. They don't have the tools. And then as you give it a couple months, like, wait a second,
Wait a second.
that Negan guy's pretty good.
No, that's definitely true. I like Weed Model taking his time right now.
punish. Oh, and John being able to close out with Party Crasher at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can tell. I mean, it still feels like a little bit of character, like like inexperience, right?
Oh,
Because
of course.
that whiff punish right there. If he was Eddie, that was down 4-3+4 already locked in. But he let a whiff and not do anything. He didn't do anything.
I wonder what the plan is for this, right? Using the Julia instead of going to the business early on. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he thinks it's like, this has been a rough year. I was going to have some fun out there.
Play a character I've never played before.
Yeah, for sure. John Ding in particular has really struggled to kind of be consistent, I think, this year, especially coming off of his success the previous
Yeah,
two
I was
two
actually
years.
about to say the same thing.
But that, to me, says a lot about the way that Tekken has developed globally. When you have players like them, and he's not even alone. There's 7 other players that are Tekken World Tour finalist mainstays that are fighting for their lives in this LCQ right now.
yeah.
He's one of them. He's one of them.
All right, first game working out for John Ding. I'm glad you said that because as soon as you said like comparing his previous success last year coming into 2019, we talked about John Ding almost every tournament, breakout tournament wins out of nowhere, and just still being super consistent, and still traveling all year and trying to like get here now. But I mean, gonna have to fight it out in this LCQ. We model in trouble though.
Yeah, now if you're in this pool, right, you probably were thinking, all right, John Ding's, I'm going to have to play him at some point if you're trying to make it out, and you're probably practicing for Eddie. You're probably practicing for Chloe.
Right.
So this now is kind of, what the hell? I wasn't ready for this.
I mean, he told me he was going to pick the character. I still didn't believe him, right?
No one would have.
Oh man, game 2. No, look, everything that you guys have said so far has been 100% correct. The fact that like Tekken has been so consistent when it comes to even like these top tier players picking characters to try to figure out how matches are going to work out. Those surprise tournament picks. We kind of criticize me. We criticize speed kicks. We criticize JDCR. And I say criticize, but let's just say,
It's mainly only speed
constructive
kicks.
criticism.
Let's be
Yeah,
right.
it's mostly speed
It's
kicks.
only speed kicks.
It's definitely speed kicks. But-
SoCal native.
Oh man, but yeah, like these are all been things that have been happening all year. We've seen all these different players come up. We've seen speed kicks go to Jin. We've seen more Paul coming from players like Nee. We've seen all these matchups be very much more prominent and important going further. I'm so interested to see what that does like to the LCQ.
Nice counter hit there, though, from John Ding. Getting carried to this wall.
Weedmar with some good defense that first round. Didn't really take advantage of a lot of the situations that he earned.
Yeah.
Right? But
Launch
still
punish.
able to keep it together, still able to take the round. He's in good position now.
Yeah, we model right there. Doesn't seem like he's too familiar with the matchup either. He didn't launch punish that right there. He definitely had a chance. Could have did big damage. And he's up around in the second game. Like that 1 down 4.
Bounce!
That bounce.
Oh! Mistimed it.
Back 2, not going to have anything come from that. All right.
And just like you were saying earlier, Ricky, like this is the cost of when you switch to characters like this without that much time, especially in a game like Tekken, right? You become kind of, you're not familiar yet with a lot of those situations. You have that wall bounce at that range like that. You saw John Ding not able to take advantage of it. Has Weedmar back to the wall right now, though.
I don't even know what Eddie's wall bounce move is. Does he even have one?
Oh, he definitely has one.
Oh, nice counter hit 1-on-1. Gets big damage. Easy combo, too.
Yeah, to be fair, this character is very scary at the wall.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's always been that way, like versus Julia, and I think that's really cool. Like they announced that, I was like, I wonder if this wall scariness is still gonna be there, and it's definitely
It's terrifying.
still there.
Absolutely still there.
She finds a way to get to the wall on the infinite stage. Just the messed up part.
I mean, definitely still some of the best wall carry and just stage carry in the game. That's
There
always
it
been our
is.
gameplay. There we go, the shredders.
Yeah, that's, I mean, before he ducked the high and didn't get the full punish on it, but this time he actually ducked it, got the shredder kick for the hop kicks.
Oh,
So
I
he's
like
adapting. Maybe he's like, you know, he's got some tournament nerves with his new character.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you're not playing a character in tournament, right? It's in casual and in tournament are two different things. If you're not, you know, prepared to do what you need to do with your new character in the clutch, then it's tough.
Well, John Ding staying on the winner's side. Is this single limb or is it double? It's double, right?
Double.
It's double.
If it was single man, oh,
That's all.
man.
I was like, wait a second. This is a crazy LCQ. Did I think it's crazier? No, it's good.
No,
We're good.
That would actually be too crazy. That's a scary game to play. Junior already going up against Chris C.
That's right, Station B, Chris Creasy, a.k.a. Magneto X from New Orleans out here. Been living in Okinawa for a long time, in Korea as well. Been really well-traveled Tekken player, actually.
Yeah, very, very good.
One of those guys I was talking to him earlier when I first got here.
Oh my God. I didn't know that was a bounce now. The down 4-3.
And Junior, another one of those players. This is good. This is a very good chance to do this, right? So Junior is also one of those players that has been consecutively getting better and better, like year in and year out. We've seen him make some great plays versus almost any player that he's come up against. No matter, you consider him some of the best in the world, best in the country, and his brother Shadow has perfect when it comes to a training partner. I feel like a lot of people don't look at Junior the way they're supposed to, because that dude is ridiculous.
The other thing, too, is compared to a lot of American players, he's really well-traveled.
Oh, yes.
He's been on his feet. It's not even about, like, you know, does he have a big performance this weekend? I feel like for him, it's a long-term investment. He's willing to go out there to travel, to grind.
And
is
he's
the big
young.
thing. Yeah.
He is, and that's the beautiful thing about it. We've been saying once again all year, we like, man, that's guy's the next generation of Tekken for this country, that country, along with Shadow Junior, one of the next generation Tekken players for the United States.
That's
It's the
America
same
right now.
thing.
That's America, absolutely.
Huge shout out to Disrupt Gaming, of course, for supporting both those guys and
Yes.
really bringing them along the tour.
Chris Creasy with the character select switch to Eddie. This is who he's been playing for the most part, I think, in Tekken 7.
Yeah, he was on your team for the
Yeah, he was.
for
That's
Master Cup,
yeah,
right?
I would not be at this table if it were not for this guy.
Ah, okay. So he was your intro, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
I respect
yeah,
it.
you can definitely say
Nice.
that.
Bonsoir.
¿Cómo estás? That was the stupidest thing.
What?
All right, here we go. The Eddie pick. I keep wanting to look down there. I should just look right here.
Yeah, it's fine. All right,
Look at
game
the
2
move.
here.
Yes,
Yo.
yes.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
The backwards movement. Creasy with really good movement, not really trying to advance at all.
Oh.
Looking for the whip punish, and there it is. Now you know what time it is.
All right, here we go. Gets the wall. I didn't even think he was going to hit that wall. Oh, the
Sweep
Lloyd
it.
Banks. Quarter circle 4-3. Oh. Okay, now you see Junior trying to fight back. Yo, Chris started this first match with a blast, especially considering with the character switch.
Yeah, it's like he's John Ding now all of a sudden.
He's got that movement, I can tell you that.
Yeah, Junior gonna take a second here to figure things out.
You know, Junior's no stranger to the Eddie matchup either.
Oh, no, of course. I mean, that comes with how well he's traveled. He's definitely, I know he's played John Ding at least once, right? So
Yeah.
you know he has some experience.
I know for sure he has experience against players like Spiro
Spiro,
Jin as
yeah.
well. Who's
Spiro's
also
here
here.
too.
Oh, yeah, I saw him, Nashi. There's so many big players here.
Oh yeah, Nashi's in the same pool as Nishi.
Oh, man.
They're right next to each other too.
And
Actually,
they're-
he's like
wow.
Nishi and Nashi.
Nishi and Nashi, and they're both Fang players. Although Nishi's now, you know, he's been joining the dark side of Geese too.
Smart man.
I mean, Book's been doing the same, right?
Yep.
Book pulled out the geese. I was like, what the?
These jab strings and low touches right now for Creasy. Trying to move it.
Unblockable.
Unblockable. Needs to be careful. Either one of them.
Oh,
the
right
rip.
there.
Oh,
my God.
Oh, come
yeah,
on.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh,
that was my warm-up slow-mo. The first one of the day, baby. Let's go.
We got one out of the way.
All
We
right, we got
survived
one
it.
out of the way. It's okay.
No
Man,
bruises yet.
That was so unfortunate for Chrissy as well because Eliza was in the air so high
Yeah.
that it crossed up after it got hit.
Yeah. And he was ready to try to continue the combo on top of that. It was just the fact that they switched sides.
Oh, got the counter hit, the second hit. I hate that string.
Gonna be a decent return here, decent carry as well. Season 3, you know everybody goes to the wall off a touch.
Yep.
Jeez, the damage.
Nice.
And no follow-up. Oh, man. Set point now for Junior.
Yeah, Junior looking really strong here.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
It's
big-
okay, Rip. It's all right.
No, I'm just thinking, you know, in the 4-man environment, you can sing a song and 3 other people can still commentate the match. Bounce! Oh, God!
This is why I love the jump off format. I can just go full acapella with the song, and the commentary doesn't stop. It's perfect.
Pick it up.
Nice. That's a perfect answer for the relaxed.
Yeah, they're just applying more dive kick pressure. Junior, he didn't really show it at all game 1, and then just pulls out the last 2 rounds, goes to the dive kick game, and Chris Creasy now in losers. Junior moving on winner's side.
I feel like that dive kick pressure from Eliza is one of those tools that a lot of people aren't familiar with still, and so you can kind of just save it as an Eliza player. Is that Aiken coming up to play?
That is definitely Aiken.
And that's Mulgold on 1P side as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Mulgold versus Aiken.
Oh, nice, nice. Almost got, almost shook the fist. Classic.
Aiken with the poker face, keeping the glasses on. I respect it.
How can you play with shades on like that, man?
Look, man, just because you ain't that cool, don't hold it against Aiken, all right?
Oh, I guess Infinite Azure is pretty bright. Yeah, you're right.
Dang, we already got Infinite Azure. This is going to be a good weekend. It's going to be a great weekend.
We were just talking about like young generations of players for countries, right? Mogul definitely going to be representing that for Korea as well. High impact Claudio player. He's had some really good performances on Tekken World Tour in the past 2 years.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's talking about him to actually, you know, being a threat to winning this either, which is kind of not to disrespect him. It's more to just like say like this is the actual tournament.
Yeah.
It's that, and also he's a little bit less well traveled than let's say Olsung, right?
Yeah.
Who was also kind of coupled with him in that conversation.
Yeah, but Mulgold's one of those guys. I mean, everybody, like, if you play Tekken, you watch Tekken, you know about Mulgold, right?
He could very easily go off in this bracket.
Oh, of course.
Yes, for sure.
Looking like he's got a strong start here. I think about Aiken, too, he's got the execution, right? So he's going to fish for it, and he likes to be stylish. Obviously, he's got sunglasses in the suit. You know, he wants to hit that down for 2 electric. That's what's like all he's going to be aiming for, to be honest. And then he's just going to start hell sweeping like crazy.
So you're just going to give away this dude whole strategy like that in the first game, bro? It ain't even the second
Hey, man,
round
it was P1, P2 Aiken, right? That's where we are out here.
Well, I mean, you know, it's like he didn't really give Aiken's strategy away. He just gave every Kazuya player his strategy away.
Dang, he's going to disrespect Kazuya like that, huh, man?
Close
That's messed
range
up,
genocide cutter to close it out. Mogul trying to put himself in good position to close out this first game. Not really giving Aiken too many chances.
All right, flash punch combo. Aiken
First
trying to get
one.
something started.
First one of the game.
Oh, down back.
Here we go, Aiken.
Yeah, he's trying to get something started.
Nice, though. I like the interrupt there from Mogul.
Okay, you see Aiken trying to get some composure, trying to get some control back. Mulgold's actually been running away with the offense so far.
What a duck.
Yeah, that wasn't even that's not that punishable either, so not sure why Aiken went for that. And that was a great duck there from Mogul. Big damage.
Look down.
Damn, girl! And the hop kick to crush the jabs.
Oh, yeah, Aiken didn't like that. Nope.
I like that you're speaking for Aiken.
I could just the way his mouth was open afterward. You know, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's no good.
The way those Astro headsets fit on his neck, it almost looks like a neck brace.
Yeah.
It's like one of those travel pillows.
Yeah.
Multi-use. Dang. Hear everything and they use as a travel pillow.
We got to get him like 2 or 3. Pull the Chris G.
Oh, no.
Just like stack him up.
Yeah,
Like
make
he's
sure.
been in a car accident or something.
Yeah, you got to make sure your eyeballs hear as well as your ears
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
and your shoulder blades.
Astro's that good, man. Y'all didn't know?
Audio clarity and you know, takes care of the neck.
Yep.
Right? I like this Claudio outfit. I've never actually seen anybody pick it in tournament.
And we're learning like all the different outfits still, right? Because they were all introduced in season 3. We're like, oh wow, what are all these presets? Who knows?
My man coming through with the tailored suit. Let's
Right.
go.
You got the rolls.
This just looks like a regular night out for these two guys.
I mean, they on the rooftop. It's just
Yeah.
like they got into a fight at a party.
Take it to the roof.
I'll see you outside, bucko. Everybody get in the helicopter. Let's watch the fight on the roof. That's why I'm spinning around. They getting hyped.
They're making side bets inside of that helicopter.
Right? Oh, and breaks the wall. Okay, Aiken. Slash kick. Not gonna
Oh, yeah.
Did you see him realign?
Hey.
Like you're trying to get away from the wall? Not today.
Yo, you waking him up?
Oh, you waking up
Nice.
Aiken? You want some bacon? Bars. Get started early, man. Let's go. I got plenty of energy. Let's go. Hell sweet. Ricky was right.
Every Kazuya player.
Every Kazuya player.
They get that 1 round of confidence, and then they're like, okay, yeah, I'm just go ham now.
You have to, man. That's the thing. It's big dog, big nuts style Kazuya, man. That's the
that's
only
true.
way you can play that character.
That's Kazuya's attitude.
Oh, second hit delayed.
Season 3.
goes for the back three instead.
And we'll go with the wall pressure here. No whip punish.
I like that electric placement, though. Maybe we'll go back up a little bit. Still finds his way to close out that round. Third round, game 2.
Man, and this is first round.
This
Yeah,
is
that
This
first
is
round.
ridiculous.
I didn't even realize it's round 1
Yeah.
winners. Oh my
LC
goodness.
Dude, let's talk about this, right?
Oh.
Remember how every LCQ for Tekken has been ridiculous? Like, every LCQ has been actually ridiculous.
Yeah, I love the delayed technique from Mogul. Didn't get up, so he didn't have to deal with the Okazemi.
Oh, the
Power crush.
Well, sick,
Oh, got him.
All right,
Pull
you
out
got
game
that,
so strong.
right? He delayed it a little bit.
And the wall, Mogul now in position.
Sidestep forward.
Got it,
Now
not
down
dead.
for one.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's go. This
I
is gonna
thought
be
he was
a
gonna get
great
crushed.
weekend. Oh my God.
I'm going to be so bruised by the end of this.
I told you, man, I could have taken that.
I know.
It's all right, Ricky. You're next.
Now, you always grab to your left. I see you.
All right. See, now you just told on yourself. You're definitely about to get bodied. You're definitely about to get bodied. You better hope nothing else exciting happens.
Yeah, power crush the
Shit.
wall. Starburst
Yo, what?
active.
Damn.
Oh,
The mid
damn.
again. Yeah, he's got that homing attack, the mid, every single time. But here we go. Final round situation. Mogul trying to close it out.
And you can tell Mulgold has definitely caught on to the fact that Aiken's trying to sidestep to get away
Yeah.
from one of these situations. Mulgold's movement has done nothing but kind of corner Aiken to these situations. All right, flash punch combo. Slash kick to get out. Okay. Punish. Good punish.
1+2.
Get off of me, bro. It's a leather jacket. Don't touch me.
Duck.
Duck.
He didn't duck every single time. Bounce.
Oh, yeah, the bounce. Oh,
Aiken's in trouble. Lows. Yeah.
nice job there.
And he switched up his wall pressure that time. From what you guys were saying before, right? A lot of good mids to be in his homing attack to be able to try to seal Aiken's movement at the wall like that. That time he goes low, mixes it up, and it's enough to close out the game, close out the set.
Yeah, you can see Aiken starting to get a lot more comfortable in those second games, right? Especially getting around. And then you saw Mulgold just instantly say, you know what, I can't let you move anymore. He was getting a little antsy with those electrics. Yo, is this the John?
Yeah.
Yo, the John, definitely nominated for Tasty Steve Player of the Year. Flat out.
Player of the year?
Yeah, man.
You saw him in like one tournament.
Nah, man,
And
look,
we
I
just saw it for like one round,
do
too.
you need to? Do you need
Yeah,
any more
the-
rounds,
the
Rip?
thing
Gee.
was, it was
Over Arslan Ashby?
Man, I'm just
Player of the year?
I'm just saying, man. Look, it's more to it than just that. It's the fact that he's playing Marduk. That's what it is. The fact that he's playing his character and he's still doing super well with it. He's consistent. That was definitely Jack.
And the thing is, this has to be one of the, I think, the high impact players that a lot of people have picked to make
yeah.
to try to
Easily.
be able to get out this LCQ for sure.
Yep.
Like you said, it feels like he's only had international eyes on him for such a very short amount of time. But in like a month, right? We went from not knowing any, the John, who the hell is that? To now everybody's got their eyes on this guy, right?
I just like pausing when I say his name. The John.
John.
You got to say it like that. He's way too good of a player not to. Put some respect on my man's name. And nothing, I ain't saying nothing against Arslan Ash. I'm saying the fact that he came out of nowhere playing Marduk and made a statement and stuck to it on top of it. The fact that he's here and I get to see him in person, that's why I was really happy to see the Pakistan players because I didn't get to go to Pakistan.
Right, we haven't met a
you
lot
had
of
a
them.
godlike time there. I saw that. That was sick.
Dubai was pretty tight.
It
That
was-
that was a really tight. What I'm saying is, where the Americans at?
Look at
Where the
the
Americans
trophy.
at?
Look at this
Oh,
trophy,
man.
though. That looks like that's a CG trophy right there, bro. It's real, though. It's upstairs. I saw it with my own eyes.
Oh, that's
That's
godlike.
esports, baby.
Wow.
That is godlike.
Wow.
How are they going to look? I feel like you got to give them lights to properly display that.
Yo,
in
man,
their
let me
home.
enter this LCQ. Come on.
This isn't a trophy for the LCQ.
Well, I'm saying I can't get to the other one.
It's like
Yeah.
the Stanley Cup or something. This is the Stanley Cup of the Tekken World Tour. Is that what that is? Because that looks ridiculous.
That
That
is
actually
awesome.
looks crazy.
That's broken.
Ooh, man.
That's
Almost
what I'm
going
talking-
home with that. That's crazy.
esports now, baby. That's what you
Nice.
get. Is that real gold? Can somebody confirm? Is that real gold? I want to know. That's
I
what
don't think that's how
wanna
that works, Steve.
know. No. Oh.
We got $250,000 for the prize pool. You think we got a real gold trophy like
Not
that
for the
big?
trophy. I thought that's where it went, to the trophy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how that works.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, we got the Philippines Dojin here, man.
Oh, nice.
And actually, like the Filipino players, like Dojin and AK, right? They haven't traveled as much this year. It feels like, and so I think that they still have a very, very good shot of making the finals. They just have this is the hardest path possible.
So you say that,
so
like,
hard.
and that's true, right? I feel like the dojo system has actually really, really made that the case, right? Because other years, like all the Filipino players, they would actually have to travel far and out of their way, outside of like something like Rev Major, which is an amazing tournament. But the dojo system, man, shout outs to the Ado. made it so these guys can get more points and have a better shot of getting into the Tekken World Tour Finals, but still not able to close out, going to be here in this LCQ. And Dojin, I've been telling people for years, man, I've always been a fan of Dojin. And the fact that the Filipino players are so strong, the entire region is ridiculously strong, actually. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, especially for the first, I'd say, 6 months of the tour this year, they were the ones that kind of stood out with how hard they went in on that dojo system. Out there
easily.
grinding in the Philippines, and they even have their own events in league structure out there too, man. They've really been going nuts, and it's, you know, to be honest with you, you said they haven't been as well traveled this year, but actually they've been traveling quite a bit out there in Southeast Asia, Japan, Korea.
Yeah, that's true.
They
because of that,
yeah, for sure. And they've definitely had their opportunities. Kind of finished a little bit short, I think, in some of the master events. They've been able to make some big impact in some of the challengers here and there, but like you said, not able to get it done. Going to be another one of these high-impact players from, especially the Philippines, right? We're looking at him and AK. Be able to try to get some work done in this LCQ.
Dojin and AK definitely one of my favorites. Two of my favorites that very well could like put everybody on tilt in this tournament.
Oh yeah, and that's Hadi behind the commentator from Rev Major.
You see that shirt? He got me one of those shirts too.
Yeah, there's a lot of support. I mean, I can't remember his name right now, but all the Rev Major guys are here to support the players from the Philippines as well.
Well, I mean, you know, the only thing I've heard about Rev Major and the Filipino crowd is that they are the best crowd.
Yo, shout outs to the Philippines,
Hell
man.
yeah.
When I tell you Rev Major is one of the most amazing tournaments, especially when it comes to Tekken.
Yes.
Man, it's beautiful. And here you go, you have a player like Dojin who, you know, who's raised in that. He that's where he plays. And there's so many good players in the Philippines, so I'm glad that we have some representation, especially in the form of Dojin. Like I said, definitely one of my favorite players to watch. But here we go.
Yeah, the character representation too, right? You don't see Lars that much in Tekken 7, especially not since console release. I mean, he's one of the very few that's been representing him on this level.
Yeah, he's definitely said that he's always been a Lars main. Even when he was just playing Shaheen, a lot of times he knew Shaheen was his best character, but I think in his heart he was like, I'm still a Lars main.
Hey,
I'm gonna tell you right now, the first time I'm friends with him on Facebook. So when Lars, and like I think it was season 2, season 3, right after that, he did nothing but post Lars tag. He was like, yo, you see what Lars can do now? Did you see this? And I'm like, man, this dude don't do nothing but talk about Lars. So I'm happy that he gets to play with him in tournament.
And this is a character that received a lot of benefits and buffs in season 2 and season 3. Yeah. Definitely a much more competitive character. There's a lot of characters, especially in Asia, really strong threats that you just don't see a lot of people playing.
Yeah.
And he is definitely one of the ones that goes against the grain, I think, in that regard.
yeah, if you even go back to like last year's LCQ when Gerlando won, you know, Katarina was one of those characters in that sort of a position where, you know, she had been to some tournaments, she had seen a little bit of it, but, you know, that was the character that won the tournament. It could be the same thing here where a character like Lars pulls through.
Quick use of the rage.
Oh, no!
So unfortunate right now.
The low touch. Oh, and the down 4 to close it out.
Okay. Dojin looking good.
Yeah, it's funny you brought up Rev Major and you brought up the Filipino crowd and stuff. Yesterday in interviews, when you asked Nobi what was his favorite moment from TWT this year, he said obviously Rev Major.
And
Son of Nobi in the first round.
Is here. Son of Nobi is actually here.
Oh, that's it too.
Yeah.
It's always fun. Look out!
Well, what a tech trap. That was nice there from Dojin.
Yo, you hear that song right there, Rip?
I hate that song.
I know.
I'm glad Dojin made that last round super fast. We had to hear the least amount of it.
Shout out to Dojin. Pick the outfit, made it quick.
Maybe he uses that as self-motivation as well. It's like maybe he hates the song as much as we do. He's like, all right, as soon as I get to final round, that's it.
The negative reinforcement, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is like the one stage in the entire game that I would prefer that song. You know, maybe.
All right, Hammerhead.
All right, Kika's got some work to do here. I mean, he looked okay in those first
He
2 rounds.
He definitely did. That rage art drop though was really what got him in
Costly.
Yeah. But I mean, Dojin, look here. We haven't seen his Lars in tournament, it feels like, in quite some time, and it looks super, super strong right now.
Yeah, like I said, in a lot of the Asian events, he's been eliminated off stream, it feels like, most of the time.
Yeah.
That's so true. So here we go. And yeah, the big change for Lars has been the return of his old down forward
the
2,
down
right?
forward
Yeah,
two,
except now it's full crouch down forward 2. But still safe counter raid launcher.
Oh, hard flag.
With the whip punish.
Yeah, his whip punishing is on point right now. Drop the wall carry, but still got it.
Quick little sidestep right there. They had enough time to block.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a great block off the sidestep.
God, this song is so good.
Wait till the final round.
Yeah, wait till you stop listening to it.
Snake Storm are not gonna work out. I mean, I will say in this instance, you're definitely right. That last mix gonna get out. That's whack.
Yeah, where the choir kicks in, Steve.
Dojin's entire approach in this game too, right? A lot of mid pokes, a lot of low pokes, and then just instantly backdashing, waiting for a response, trying to take advantage of the whip punish after.
Yeah, and you can see that a lot. He'll backdash and duck immediately, so he's out of range for mids that are really dangerous. So he gets a lot of good low blocks like that.
Oh,
Man, that barely hit.
Yeah, just the very edge. Hard blast again.
Yeah, and that wasn't even like a whip punish. That was just like, all right, you're running it. I got you.
He tried to get that wall. You saw him using 2 in the combo instead, just to make sure he get that.
Here we go,
extra.
choir.
This is a different choir.
The electric guitar choir?
Yeah, man. Look, man, I go to some very cool churches. They got electric guitars and the whole nine. They got remixes. It's cool.
What, is POD playing at your church?
Hey, man. Goodbye for. Now, I'm telling you, man. Sounding like a hater right now, Rick.
Side switch in the wall.
Big damage on the
Yeah,
wall.
Doj now just minus 50%. Backs off, not trying to over pursue.
I like how
Oh.
Okay, so should be able to pull it out.
Just short of the wall?
Oh, shout out to
It's short,
Dojin.
short of the wall? Nah. We're talking about Lars here, bro. He'll spin one time. He's got 5 more moves. You hitting that wall, bro.
Nice job there from Dojin.
Yeah, gonna be moving on winner's side there.
Snap. I thought we was actually going to get to see
Yojin boy?
Yeah, I thought we was going to get to see Yojin boy, man.
I think we are.
It looks like he already won.
Yo, man, no spoilers, man.
Oh, never mind. Game 2. Well, he did win 1.
Okay, here we go.
Game 2 here, up against Chibiken, JP versus JP.
First round, Japan versus Japan.
I like those brackets. Right?
I like those brackets.
Yeah, Yojin boy, I mean, you know, he's always been a Gigas main, and it's like the Gigas main guys are the most committed ones, right? Like they feel like they really love this character.
I mean, the real tragedy is it feels like in big stages they always get grouped together and they have to kill each other early on in the brackets, right? But at this point, you know, Tekken 7's coming up on 5 years old. It feels like the Gigas play. If you're still playing Gigas in 2019, you're a character specialist at this point.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, this character is not very popular. You can get away with a lot of stuff.
You can get away with a lot of stuff. That's definitely true.
Especially with the way this character plays, right? And really emphasizing his jab range. He's able to stand at a range, like right at range 1, where you're outside of most other characters' jabs, but then he has the threatening power of his 1-2.
Right.
And you talk about like Tekken, that's a very smart thing to say, right? Because the jab is such like a pivotal tool about like controlling pace and space, right? And the fact that Yojin boy uses a character like Gigas where he can control that range a little better than most says a lot. But here we go. Chibiken actually taking that round away from him. That jab like you were talking about before. But yeah, and like Tekken, and that's why I said it's one of the oldest games on any tournament bracket right now, right? No matter what tournament you go to, Tekken being there is really, really cool. So you get these character specialists that have a lot of experience. They got a lot of work.
That's the thing.
That comes with playing these characters. And if you don't know how to fight them just because they're not that popular, you're gonna get beat up. Right, Rip?
Yes.
Oh, I just remembered.
Yep.
This guy beat us at Master Cup.
Right? I'm
He
telling
did
you
it.
right now.
He did, it was. I'm pretty sure it was another guy, but
I'm pretty sure it's this guy.
every Gigas player is Yojin boy. You heard it here.
Every last one of them.
You guys called 3 different Yojin boys. They're all different. Every single one of them.
All of them different.
All of them were different.
Yojin boy's style too, right? He plays like we said before, right? Outside that jab range, but it's not like he's always trying to force hard mix-ups. There's a lot of just poke heavy, right? Jab, down 4-1, down back 2, and then trying to go in for grabs after that, down 2 as well, look for the launch.
Oh,
Chibiken
beautiful.
almost closed out that round. Nice little parry. Yojin boy going
Oh,
straight for
that's-
the raise.
This might be enough.
Yeah, that should be it. And you know,
It's
during-
close.
Is he dead? Yeah, he did.
No, he's
He's
not.
He
Oh,
is now.
God.
Mark, man. Oh, my God. He's still alive.
But Yojin boy 2-0 going to be moving on.
And Yojin boy also a pro license holder now from earlier this year, right?
Yes.
That was one of the stories in Japan, right? Last year, got gatekept by a cocky Noctis player,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Smiling
so
in his
sad.
face, taunting him. And the big thing is, yeah, like Yojin boy, like you said before, is he's from Osaka, right? They don't have a lot of opportunities out there. They don't have a lot of big events, you know, prize pools, tournaments and stuff like that. That's not something that they have out there. That platform and that ability, that potential for exposure is a really big deal for him. So he won it this year, and he let everybody know about it. He was really happy, man.
Yeah, and look at this iMusician coming up next. You guys know you want to see some of that.
Oh, of course, man. Music for your
Versus
eyes.
Yujin Boy.
Oh, dang, Yojin boy back up, switching the color. My man's running the gauntlet today.
Rip, I'm gonna give you some advice because I've been there. You trying to get canceled, man. You trying to get canceled. They can't.
Said, let me give you some
They
advice
can't
out
cancel
there.
me. I've already been canceled. So they can't cancel
You
me.
can't cancel me
You
twice.
can't. How you gonna cancel me
Kill
twice?
was already
I'm already in syndication, man. That's right. Put him at the wall. iMusician. This is one of the nastiest Yoshi players on planet Earth.
He might just be the nasty.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
wow.
sure.
I like the awareness by Abe.
Damn, girl.
Damn it. iMusician, he's one of those, it's like he's definitely, like, these are character specialists right here. Because Yoshi, if you're going to talk about a character that's used less than Gigas, it has to be Yoshi.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially at this level on these kinds of stages, right? Abu also, yeah, he's a casual player from Tokyo area as well. He comes to Fighting Tuesday a lot.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he plays everything. But iMusician, I think what shines about him to me is his neutral. He knows when to go ham, and he has a lot. It's Yoshi, right? The bag of tricks is really deep, but then he complements that really well. But it's playing a really, really smart neutral game.
Oh, that was godlike. That was so sick. Down to
Power Crush to be able to absorb it and the launch.
Damn.
Brother be stomping on you. Look at him go.
Uh-oh, Rage versus Rage. Walk.
Oh,
Oh, you knew
that was
it was
godlike. That was
iMusician is a
That
god.
was so sick. Music for your eyes.
He's like, yo,
I didn't
turn
even
blue,
know that was a
helicopter.
thing. I didn't even know that was a thing. Music for your eyes. That was sick.
Down to Abu with the combo
That
drop.
was gorgeous.
That
Good
was
God.
so good.
Yeah.
One of the things I like to do at the Tekken LCQ is like see how many of the characters are actually going to get played out of the entire cast. And a lot of times it's almost the entire cast.
Baited.
Oh,
Yeah, chopper style with the grab.
God.
Going straight into a 50-50 there.
I like that chopper style. I'm using that.
Chopper style?
Chopper style. I know you know. I know you know. Okay, all right. I'm out.
Wait a minute, who made that terrible song?
Game one goes to iMusician. And this has to be another player that I think a lot of people kind of have their eyes on, especially going to the top 32. He's especially important because, in theory, right, Yoshi players can pose a big threat to the Akuma players, right?
In theory.
In theory,
Yeah.
in theory,
Okay.
right? I believe him and Just From James in Dubai, they got matched up with Atif Butt in pools, and there were some very close sets there. And especially considering that I think Atif Butt has to be one of the favorites that people are looking at to win this LCQ.
Yep.
If he's able to make a deep run, that could shake things up, I think.
How did Just Fame James even beat iMusician? That's a match we didn't get to see in Dubai. Not on stream. It happened. It happened, though.
That's because James is a Yoshimitsu player.
It's pay-per-view, man. Pay-per-view. Start something to the channel.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you ain't blocking that.
Oh my God! Now he's messing around.
He's always messing around when you watch iMusician, though.
Look, that's what happens. You think he's messing around. It's just Yoshimitsu. He's like, man, this dude playing.
80% of that damage was all unblockable.
It's true. You're not wrong.
He was holding back and he lost 80% of his health.
Nice
I
jab
like the
flow.
jab, yep.
It's gonna be a tough conversion. Yeah, didn't try to go for the down forward 1+2.
So, like, I didn't know that Yoshimitsu was actually saying words a lot of the time.
He's not saying words.
He just says sword a lot.
No, he
Sword.
definitely said, dude. So look, I don't know if it's still in this game, but you know how they had the replays in like Tekken 6, right? Whenever Yoshimitsu would do a move, the slow-mo would still play it. It'll say it in slow motion, and you can hear what he's saying. So I don't know if it's still the same, but if
Hold
it,
that. Yoshi.
Oh,
it wasn't guaranteed. He did a special get. So look, that was definitely a guaranteed thing that he hit. We just saw last time, but he actually used a special get up, got out of the way, and still lost the round. This dude, iMusician, is a step ahead of the game every time.
Oh, man. He's threatening suicide at him.
He's threatening suicide.
it's a scary threat.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me kill myself. Come on, bro.
You might die first.
All right.
Oh.
Yo, he's getting life back right in front of him.
Sword.
Sword. Put it up.
He just puts it into the banjo? Put the sword into the banjo. Nice.
That's actually sick. Oh, Skittles, taste the rainbow.
Hey. Man, the iMusician looking good.
Great start for him as well here.
Wow, it's the first time he's actually looked like his height. Every time I see iMusician on stream and he sits down, he looks like he's 4 feet tall.
Yeah, but he's
then he
actually
stands
pretty
up and he's like 6'11".
6'11".
Like, what's going on?
Speaking of, another one of those players
Oh,
in contention,
yes.
man, for player of the year, man. But I mean, and just in my eyes, no awards or anything. Just for me, personally, Atif Butt has been one of those guys I've been looking at as well.
I always respect him because he runs the camo gi. The camo,
Of course.
the camo
Of
outfit.
course. I'm pretty sure I said this on stream. I'm like, I bet you Obama loves it. He loves it.
yeah, this has to be, I think, one of the guys you look to as a favorite, right? In fact, I mean,
You see that whiff punish, dude. That's one of the things Butt has done so well throughout this entire, basically this entire tour. Is just his whiff punishing has been so good with this character.
I like it.
I mean, you of all people know, right? Like, it feels like where maybe the other players that represent this character at that level, where they might leave some damage on the table, with him, it's optimized every time.
Yeah. There it is right there. He's not dropping anything.
He's getting to the wall for sure.
He's going to drop his
Chocolates.
Nice. Oh,
You did it. That was your fault. Oh,
In the
back.
back.
Yeah, back throw.
damn, that's a ton. Alright, good punish there from Mr. Recoil.
I like IT, but he's taking
Woo!
taking
Nice.
his time.
Clean sidewalk.
And still no meter.
Man, just look at the patience, too.
Okay, nice awareness.
Yeah, but then
Gets
down
the
3 and
meter.
got just enough to be able to close out.
Yeah, you saw Mr. Recoil. He was trying to do something on every getup, and, you know, Butt was just like, nope, I see it. Nope, I see it.
Yeah.
He was ready for every one of them.
You're right about Atif Butt, though. Atif Butt is definitely one of those players I've been looking at. We all talk about, like, the Akuma threat, right? We talk about it, but the fact of the matter is there are better players with Akuma, right? Atif is one of them.
I mean, to be honest with you, if you're Saint, who I think got in 19th spot on this on the leaderboard, right?
Right.
And of course he did what he had to do in DreamHack Atlanta, but it felt like he dodged a bullet, man. 'Cause
Oh,
if,
yeah.
if a team went to one, if he was able to, let's say, go to DreamHack and even get like 4th place, 3rd
Yeah.
place, I mean, you're looking at a completely different situation there.
Of course. And, you know, but the thing is, but he had that one small misstep right in Dubai.
Yeah.
He looked like he took it a little too lightly. He was playing on the character early in the pool, met up low, high, low. He's like, yo, I've been preparing for you. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's you.
Just on some Terminator stuff. But
Oh.
bro, I swear to God, when he did that one demon flip and he just queued up the suit, he was already standing up out of the chair before we even knew what was going to happen.
Yep, I saw that.
And he talked about it too, right? Low high in particular, that has to be a player that's who we're going to talk about tomorrow,
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's one of the players that everybody has to kind of have their eye on because motivation and because of the way he trained, the way he played. He went into that tournament, he played Akuma for 3 weeks.
That was sick.
I mean, look, if you, I can tell you right now that Zoha is one of those guys who literally, he takes it so to heart. Like, he loses and he goes straight to Twitter. He's like, you know what? I need to be better about these things. And I'm glad you said that, man.
I mean, that's something that came up a couple weeks ago too, right? The Saddam Twit longer. And he talked about, right, maybe compared to some other players, what makes Lohai special is he's not afraid to take that L. He's not afraid to take that L, and he will weigh on him, but he will come back much stronger, and he will come back and he will have the solution ready next time.
He said at a versus fight, when he was fighting, I believe, Neat, he pulled out Steve in the finals. And I said, hey, man, why'd you do that? He's like, well, I didn't feel my other character was strong enough, so I wanted to see how it would work out with Steve. Those are the kind of things that makes him, lets you know he's always trying to go up. But here we go. We have you.
Yamasa U versus Bredman. Yeah, AGP.
Oh, damn.
Japan versus Korea once again. And Bredman is another one of those players, he's roughly like 24, 25 years old, right? Another one of the Claudio mates.
And Yu's been around forever. Second place at Evo 2005. What? Let's go way back then.
You know his other name though, man, Mr. No Respect.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Fang, one of those characters, got a lot of decent buffs in Season 3 as well. You know, a lot of them just minor frame advantage changes, but the wall carry is good now. The wall combo's different.
Unfortunately, still not a lot of representation, but Yu is one of the legacy players of this character.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's never switched.
I love that. I love
Stay true.
Loyalty.
My boy, stay down. I like a lot.
Nice.
Oh, the blue! Did you see the
Lion
blue
Fortress.
activate? Did you see the blue come out of his pores before he hit him? Now that's a damn slow-mo. He started sweating the blue stuff, and then he hit him with the shoulder. Shit was sick.
Oh, God.
I've never seen the blue just form out of nowhere. Damn, that was somebody over the. It was mouthwash just everywhere.
You in particular, I think is kind of an interesting case too because it felt like compared to maybe 2 or 3 years ago, he's a lot less prominent now.
Yeah.
But when he doesn't travel as much, right? But especially in the Asian stages, he's had some really high impact performances in some of the Challenger and Master events earlier this year.
A lot of people definitely, when you see you already know. You already know.
Yeah, I mean, with you two, it's like, you remember that one year at Master Cup where he just like, everyone's like, oh, he was the weakest member of that team, and then he's the one that did the most damage.
In Grand Finals, he's the one that activated that.
Oh, I like
Wait,
that.
the wall saved him.
And you saw like Bredman.
No duck.
He ducked
And the
that?
counter hit 10
changed it.
string.
That used to be mid.
Yeah,
Now it's
he
a high.
used to be mid. That's why I said he ducked
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Like, The awareness. I mean, I don't know if he was like, yo, this is definitely high now. Or,
That was a stupid move when it was mid. I made a rant
It
video
was.
about that, and now it's high. Let's go.
And what I really like about the Yamasa squad too is you don't. I mean, it's obvious when you watch, right? But they're always by each other whenever they're competing. Nobi is not even playing today, right?
Yep.
But of course, he's right there by Take's side. He's right there by Yu's side. There's a sense of camaraderie there that is really, really helpful. I think is if you're a player by yourself, man, it's totally different when you got somebody behind you giving you advice, being able to calm you down, make you feel good about competing.
The thing about the Yamasa boys is the fact that like they've always been like a clique.
Yeah.
Like even before they had a name, they were always playing Tekken together, making each other stronger. And look at what it's done. I mean, legacy-wise, they're still some of the strongest players in the world. Like you can't take that away.
It was the same thing before the jerseys and after. Yeah,
Right?
this is important.
Yeah, you know, you talk about like how the team tournaments, it brings something out of the players that's different, right? Because you're playing for something more than yourself. I think just having your teammates there beside you does the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, imagine that same energy in a singles tournament for
Exactly.
yourself, right?
Yep. Oh, nice hop kick there from Redman.
Side cutter.
Yeah, you took that first game pretty convincingly.
Yeah, that was really quick. Red man getting really
Doctor
close.
punish.
Getting really close. Getting rage right now. Oh, no break.
Starburst active 2.
Was that a back roll catch?
It looked like it, right?
I like how you looked around.
I looked right at Ricky. I was like,
Don't look at me.
well, you're the back roll catch, man. Oh, yeah.
Back turn sweep, and you can steal that round.
Nice job there from you. Taking a big risk there, too. You bet it all on that sweep, and
Yeah.
it paid off.
Jab float here.
Nice little combo there. I like that.
That was cool. That was
Yeah.
cute.
Able to cash out a little bit more than
Yeah.
we expected originally. Showing a lot of back Kempo feint as well. The winner shoulder at the wall. Oh, pull-out game, not that strong.
Backing him up, side step forward once again.
Oh, nice.
The back dash. And you see you just not overextending at all. He's like,
Yeah.
you know what? You starting to hit buttons. He got hit by that hop kick, and now he's backing up, giving him a little space. Not
Perfect
this
spacing.
time, bro.
Just outside the range of the Superman punch.
Yeah, didn't even have to risk ducking it. Just stayed right out of range. Perfect.
You was playing ridiculous today.
Yeah.
Nice.
Way
Launch,
to
punch.
curse him right then.
You had to
And
try it out, all right?
Big damage on the wall.
then- Oh, got the pickup though.
Get up 3. Oh,
Damn!
just did it. That's crazy. And there's the wall. That's the round. Red man back in the game.
I mean, he's staying alive. This is his first round in the entire set.
Look at that. Look at the back dash. You.
Damn.
Good jab.
Every poke hit.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to be careful. He's been pretty consistent with those hop kicks.
He tried right there too, but luckily you was on the floor.
He's tried it again. Be careful. He's catching you, swinging in some of these situations, and then he's pulling out that hop kick. Breaks the 1+2.
Ooh, nice try on the whiff punish. That would have been sweet.
Yeah, that was a heavy attempt.
Needs to be careful. That's why I said he needs to be careful, because there's that hop kick again. And you see Redman actually scouting it from downtown this time around.
Fortunately, rage not an issue here for you.
Blue stuff ready to go, though.
Oh, just didn't block it.
And you see him dash up. He knows you is hesitating now. He knows you is hesitating now. So he's using that to take the opportunity, going in, hit him with a blatant low, steals another round. This is game 2. Nice duck and punish.
There you go. Got the launch, and this time after Douglas Superman, here's the wall afterwards.
Oh, the counter hit low again. This time on Breadman's side.
Right back at the start here, center stage.
Yeah,
I got one of them too.
I can do it too.
That's
the wall?
dead.
Oh!
What?
Did Brennan burn the drive here?
Lots of blocks done.
The low parry.
The wall though. The wall.
Uh-oh.
One in hop kick.
This
That was sliding low and then down for one to close it out for you.
I actually thought he was about to hop kick.
I thought the two. I thought the two.
Down
Down 3 on hit.
Yes,
The hop kick is such a
yes.
classic Claudio setup since Tekken 7.0, but didn't pull the trigger that time. It would have worked, is the crazy thing. But you getting the victory. Looked really sharp throughout the whole set.
All right, Daniel Mato.
Versus Dewey.
Yeah, Dewey stormed. Hey, we used to see him a lot at Strong Styles back in the day.
Hey, he was living in Southern California for a little bit back in the Tekken 5 DR days.
Oh, I didn't know that. I love this Nina outfit.
And he's got a nice lead here against Daniel Madu.
Daniel Madu.
You know it's Daniel Mato, man. Why you gonna
Right? It's gonna mess up his name for no reason.
Madou sounds so much sweeter, though.
It sounds, I like it though. It's kind of quirky.
Yeah.
I think about Mr. Mugu.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what I thought too.
I like that weird animation when they get up kick right there because of the cameraman. Get off.
You bring up Daniel in particular, right? He hasn't been too active outside of the EU tournaments for Tekken World Tour this year, but that's kind of deceiving because he's actually super well traveled. He came out to Japan for like 2 or 3 months earlier this year just to travel around.
Oh,
he went
yeah,
to
yeah.
He went to Korea Tekken Masters as well.
Yeah, and he was actually doing really well at
Yeah,
those tournaments, too. The training out there paid off for him, for sure.
I definitely saw him at Versus Fighting this year. So, yeah, he's definitely been super active getting around, getting a lot of experience. I didn't know he went to the Masters, though, in Korea.
No, he came out there for like 2 or 3 months, man. Pretty much one of Tishumon's disciples, right? Took his advice. He's like, hey, man, if you want to go out there and play, go out there and play.
Yeah.
And he did it. He took it to heart, man. He came to, what, several Fighting Tuesdays, went to Korea Tekken Masters, I think the Osaka Challenger as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Yeah, he's definitely been moving.
He's tied up 1-1 now. And it's going to Sook.
Yeah, Dewey, another one of those character loyalists. Always been rocking Nina forever.
Another one of the Thai players, too, man. It feels like we've kind of written off a lot of these players out here, but you got to remember, Book is fighting for his life in this LCQ. You got to remember, you have Reaper Rabbit. You have
That's true.
a Thai community that is kind of quiet, but they are definitely ever-present threats in this LCQ.
Yeah, for sure.
The final game,
Wow,
size
right
of
off the
electric.
bat? That's how you gonna start this?
Uh-huh.
right,
Wall
you-
carry's good, of course.
It's season 3, baby. We always going to the wall.
Right? No matter what.
Jin needed it.
From the
He needed it.
windows.
Shout out to Nerd Guy.
Every
He needed
time.
it.
The wall pressure down for the 1-2 from Dewey. He's another electric on the trade. Doesn't get a follow-up.
He tried, though. He definitely tried.
Nice sidestep into 2-4. Daniel Motto. Madou.
Ivory cutter.
The down back three to follow it up, but then counter hit response here from Daniel Motto. Going to get the wall once again.
Great awareness.
Yeah, you know, I think he probably could have done this, the new string and would have carried this as well, but
Sometimes
Pressure.
they like hit man low on the wall, so
Yeah.
you don't get a follow-up, though.
he wasn't sure. But what he got was perfect.
I said no.
Important go check. Oh, my
that
God.
Was sick.
That
Like,
wasn't on purpose,
You like
was it?
rolling on. Yeah, it was,
It was a
on purpose.
homing attack, right?
It was. Yeah, it's homing attack.
That's not a homing
It's
attack.
not,
That's a count.
front.
That's a power crush.
Is it not also homing?
Hell no, it's not a homing.
I'm not sure.
Motto now.
That's why I ask you things, Ricky.
Big counter hit pick up here once again at the
It might
wall.
be a homing for all I know.
What a jerk.
In my heart, I just don't want it to be.
Hey, you don't know Madou.
Towards back two. Daniel Motto doesn't need much more.
All right, gonna get to the wall now. Wow, just everything's whipping there.
Oh wow, that was so good.
Nice.
The back 2-1.
Yeah, that was
Caught
a
her out
very,
that sweep the floor. That was good.
that was a very close set. It looked like Daniel Motto was in a little bit of a rough spot there too, but cleaned it up in that third game. Nice job there.
I think he had a really good sense also for Dewey Storm's timing and intention at a given moment, right? It felt like a lot of times, especially in that second round, you could sense the desperation. I just want to push him to the wall. I just
Yeah.
want that wall pressure, right?
Yeah.
Especially Nina players, they're thirsting. They're licking their lips. I just want to put you in blocks and just do
Her
stuff
rage
to you,
drive
right?
is really, her rage drive is really good for that too.
Yeah.
A lot of times, just to like stop momentum, you see Nina players just, you know what, I need to get this
I
guy
mean,
to
you
the wall,
saw him
right?
do just that in the second round, right? Just
Yeah.
cue it up. Just wouldn't even think about it.
No, that was pretty smart. But look, guys, we've already played a lot of Tekken to begin, but we have more. But it's gonna be right after this break, guys. Don't go anywhere.